Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I try to go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend and wanted to share with you all what my 2023 schedule is going to be. So when you are going on a lot of cruises, it is not uncommon to plan a year, 2, even 3 years in advance on what your cruise schedule is going to look like. I traditionally have about a 12-month rolling period that I'm going through, but there's a lot that I wanted to share with you on where, you're probably going to see video content coming from this year based on the ships that I'm going to be on. Now, if you hear something in here that sparks an interest in you, make sure you're commenting down below on what you want to hear in 2023 so that I can make sure that I'm really talking to what you all want to hear and want to learn about from this channel. Now, to start off with, I thought it'd be neat to talk about how I actually book my sailings, meaning how do I find the ship and sail date that I want to go on? The first thing that I do, and I actually have this all the way through 2025 at this point, is I go through and I list out each weekend. So every Friday I have the date listed and beside of it a space on what ship I'm going to be on that weekend. My goal, it's not always to be on a weekend cruise every weekend, but it is to be on a ship every single weekend, to touch a cruise ship. And so when I break it out like this, I can really see what weekend, every single weekend, all 52 of them, what I am doing that weekend. So a lot of them will be cruise ships. There's some that are automatically going to be blacked out to go spend with family. So Thanksgiving and other special days in September, I think I go back for July 4th. Those kind of items. I have a work trip that's planned. I back all of those out. And then I can see kind of where I have availability to book a cruise. From there, when I'm looking at a certain date and saying, gosh, I really think I want to go on something here, I'm going to look at the prices. I'm going to see what all's available. Most of the time, I'm probably going to wind up going with Royal Caribbean for a weekend sailing. That is just the easiest one out there. But there's a few other sailings that I'll go into that I've already booked for 2023 that are pretty neat and I think will be a lot of fun. So let's dive into some of the numbers. So to start out with, I've already got 25 total cruises booked for 2023, and that's going to wind up being about 112 nights at sea. If you haven't watched my 2022 year-end recap, you'll see that, even though I say that this is what I want to do, things are still going to come up. My cruise schedule will change. So, I got sick. I had to cancel things for family events. So keep in mind, these are not hard and fast numbers, but this is what I'm going to try to do, is 112 nights at sea. And I've been playing a lot more of a shorter term game these days when it comes to actually booking. So even though I try to do a 12-month rolling cycle, I've still got about 8 different weekends that I can still book something in 2023. But I've been noticing that the prices are getting cheaper the closer we get into the sale date. And so I've kind of been holding off. I think that may be changing. I'm starting to see signs that the prices are going back up the closer we're getting. So I may be booking some more cruises very, very soon. But my dance card is literally full all the way through October. That's where I really start to see more availability come in of items that I have not booked. But on that spreadsheet where I have the weekends of the ship that I'm going on, it's also color-coded. So the green is going to show you what I am booked on, and then it's going to list out the ships in yellow of that is a possibility for that weekend. So I'll go through and say, okay, on this weekend, what are the ships that I can sell on or would like to sell on? And I'll list those out. And then when I look to book that weekend, I already know which ones I need to price check, which ones I need to see where they're going, and I can move forward accordingly. So to talk about the actual trips that I have booked, you all know that I do a lot of short cruises. I am the weekend cruiser. I love a 3 and a 4 night sailing, and I have a lot of these already booked. To start out with, I've got 10 sailings on the Liberty of the Seas. You know that she is my side squeeze currently as I'm taking time away from Freedom of the Seas, but she's got bigger plans coming up and will not be doing 3 and 4 night sailings coming into May, where I'm going to switch back over to Freedom of the Seas, and I've already got 6 sailings on Freedom of the Seas booked for 2023. I've also got 2 sailings on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady book. She's got a few 4-nighters in there that I'm going to be able to squeeze in, and so I'm excited to be able to return back to Virgin Voyages and check out what their new loyalty program looks like. I think that I really love the concept there. There's a few things that they could have refined, and I think that they've changed a lot of things. So I'm really excited to get back on that ship and tell you what my new Virgin experience is going to be. And I've also got one sailing booked on the Celebrity Summit. The Summit is actually going to be, Summit and Silhouette, I should say, are going to start doing 4-night sailings, including Key West and Nassau in 2023 over a long weekend. So a 4-night sailing from Thursday to Monday morning. So if that's more your speed, I know that a lot of you from the videos I've made on Celebrity love Celebrity Cruise Line. This is an easy way to quickly get away. And Key West is one of my favorite cruise ports. I hate that Royal Caribbean doesn't go there very often anymore, but it's great to see that Celebrity still has small enough ships that can fit in to the port in Key West. And I've also got 3 big trips that are booked for next year. And so I'm doing a combination of land-based travel, which I don't always talk about on here just because this is a cruising vlog. But I do a few weekends here and there on land. But the first one's going to be Vision of the Seas for a 10-night sailing in the Caribbean. I was on the Vision in the Mediterranean, and it was not my favorite sailing, but I really enjoyed the ship, so I'm excited to go back there. Though this is one that might be on the chopping block. I'm already kind of considering not going on this cruise just because it is for a longer time period, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about that when I get there. But we'll see as the date gets closer. My second longest one, this one I will absolutely be keeping, is on the Explorer of the Seas for 7 nights, going to Montenegro and Greece. So 2 places in the Mediterranean that I have not been, and I am super excited. And hopefully I'm gonna have a better experience on the east side of the Mediterranean than I did on the west side. And I'll take some of those lessons learned that I came up with to hopefully make this an even better vacation for myself. And then the third biggest one, and this is the one that I am the most excited for, is I will be spending 12 nights on the Celebrity Silhouette. Is it the Silhouette? No, it's the Celebrity Summit for 2023's Christmas and New Year's. I love taking a longer sailing over Christmas and New Year's. It's when I can get more time away from work. And I'll be on the Celebrity Summit for 12 nights, going from Singapore all the way up to Hong Kong. So it is a wonderful itinerary. I've never been in the eastern part of Asia. I've only been over to Uzbekistan in Central Asia, and I'm really looking forward to seeing and experiencing this part of the world because it is so different than what I am accustomed to. But this trip should be absolutely a stellar trip, and I'm very excited for it. And we'll see, if I wind up booking 8 more cruises. I've got 8 more weekends that I can kind of squeeze something in, and so I've got some of those 4-night Celebrity sailings on the calendar that I'm watching. I've got some more of those 4-night Virgin Voyages cruises that I'm watching. And as always, there's Freedom of the Seas that I can go back to, which is not an issue at all, as that is my home ship that I love dearly. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on one of these 2023 weekend sailings soon.